Okay. Says I'm live. I'm trying something I never did before. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. It's really live. Uh yeah. Last video I had a Montreal Expos hat on and I was telling the short story of the hat itself being an M and I didn't realize that. This one's more clear. It's an L. And it was my high school baseball team. And that transitions into shout out Corbin Carroll, alumni, NL Rookie of the Year last year. He is living out my parallel universe dream. There we go. JB. As long as I breathe, I attack. My dear friend got me this cup. I wanted to talk up today about the Olympics, sports, and dance because they all relate. Love you, man. I was actually watching this morning the women's cycling road race, and it was an insane ending. I also used to road race. I wasn't very good at it, and it was just pain tolerance. Who could take the most pain? I love cycling. I love biking, and I realized I don't need to race. I just enjoy this. So this is a shout out to that. So I was watching this road race, and this woman from the U.S., Caitlin, I don't remember her name. Anyway, she started cycling like 10 years ago. And it was so beautiful. She like took her time, came up, caught the two leaders, and then just accelerated past them and like dusted them. Just didn't look back. Like boom. It was awesome. It was so cool. Just sport and heart at its finest. Anyway, sidetrack by the cup. Cycling, the Olympics. Tomorrow starts a new precedent, a new era, which is breakdancing is coming to the Olympics starting tomorrow. And before we talk about that, just to get something out of the way, some important housekeeping, the technical term is breaking. So I know NBC and Peacock and all the big companies call it breakdancing. But if you want to be in the know and you want to have some education on the culture, the term is breaking. And the reason it's called breaking is because in the 70s, in the early 70s, in New York City, specifically the Bronx, there was an original DJ named DJ Kool Herc, just amazing name, was throwing parties. And he was also sort of a musical engineer. And he put two record players together with a mixer. And so he could play two records. And he could loop them together. And he would loop the rhythm sections of those records. So these records were like James Brown or funk records. And they had, A, B, A break structure to the musicality. And in that break structure, the drummer would just be like going crazy with the bassist. And those social dances of the time, there were no steps to those. So the people, usually the slightly older generation, might go off and get a drink or socialize. And the younger dancers or the younger people who weren't part of sort of the established social scene came on and just improvised to the break of the music, to the breaks. So they were called breakers or break boys or break girls, which turned into b-boys, b-girls. So the term is breaking because it comes, as always, from the spirit of the music, honoring the music, honoring the musician, in this case, the DJ. So when you hear someone say, breakdancing is in the Olympics, you can say, yes, and you can tell them a little history. It's important. We know our history because otherwise it's easy for culture to be appropriated and taken out of context and misconstrued. So I'll jump off my little soapbox, but it's an important one because I'm a guest in the culture and I care about the culture, which is it's coming to the Olympics, which has a lot of opinions around it, especially in the street dance and the breaking community. Some people say it shouldn't be there because it's not a sport. That's true. And other people say it's exposure, it's worldwide audience, it's a platform. Countries that fund their sports through like a Ministry of Culture, a more governmental subsidized way of funding athletics, breakdancing will get money in those countries. Not in the US because, we don't fund that stuff. But that's true. So there will be more opportunities for kids and youth to dance. And so I'm all about that. All about that. So I think there's multiple sides to this. Should breakdancing be in the Olympics or not? The point is, it is. So here's what I wanted to share today. Tied into a little story about me, because someone asked me the other day. I was dancing at a practice session. They asked, "What's your dance story?" Because I've always wanted to know. I didn't have a chance to tell him the full version, so I will get that chance. But I use this as an inspiration to talk a little bit now. But I'll pause that, come back to my story. Breakdancing in the Olympics is going to blow up. It is going to blow the Olympics up. And I just sort of dropped into this. It's not really a hot take. It's a pretty mild take. But it is going to blow up the Olympics. Because it is not a sport. It has all these beautiful athletic, virtuosic qualities of athleticism. But you're going to feel stuff. You're going to see someone's emotions through their expression. You're going to hear music that's awesome. You're going to see style that people have, it's been cutting edge. People have been copying that style for a long time. It's just cool. And I love sports. I love it a lot. But sometimes there can be something missing in the emotional quotient or the expression inside of the sport. I'm not saying what happens after. You see the emotions pour out often after the game or after the match. But to be able to just see pure emotion through physicality, whew, that's going to touch people. It's going to hit people. It's going to inspire people. It's going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of vicarious joy and inspiration. And I think this is not to down talk any sport. I played baseball for 16 years. I love the sport. I miss it dearly. But one reason I left, one reason I stopped playing is because I needed an emotional release and place to express that emotion through physicality. And I came back to dance because it is that. It's where expression and emotion and physicality intersect with awesome music. Getting to be who you are, getting to express authentically with every cell of your body how you feel about a piece of music, how you feel in that moment through the music. You're going to make music three-dimensional. And when I was playing baseball, and to a lesser extent basketball, but baseball into college, it doesn't have that freedom. You can't just move however you want. There are rules. There's more efficient ways to do things. There's a rigidity to it because that makes you better at the sport, and that's true. But I needed something else. So this is, keep it personal to me. I needed something else. I needed to get out of my head. I needed to get into a place that didn't have those boundaries as constraining as I felt they were in sports. So, and that was a big deal. I was 19 years old, 20 years old, and I came back to this love of dance that I've been doing since I was a kid. Since my mom put me in creative movement classes where you get to climb a tree and walk like a bear and walk sideways like a crab. So that freedom to move, I realized I needed it again. So I came back to it, pursued that in my life. And it was a huge salvation for me. And so I think my feeling is that breakdancing is going to be this huge emotional cathartic release for everyone. It's going to be like, holy crap, wow. It's sport-ish, but it's not a sport. because it's dance. At the end of the day, it's still dance. It's still art. It's still uh, the three dimensionality of music, and people are gonna kind of get to wear their clothes how they want. They can untuck their shirt, can wear a hat or not. Um, so that's just my prediction. I think breaking is gonna blow up, um, and that's awesome. That makes me excited. I think in that sense, to juxtapose it with the other sports is actually a really beautiful showcase for dance, um, and what those things can be. And I was watching the shot put and the hammer throw the last 2 days, and there's something really interesting. The guy who won the hammer throws, the 22-year-old Canadian, and he won it on his first throw, and he beat everyone else by 4 meters. For those of you who haven't embraced the metric system, that's like 3 feet. And he has a different body. He came from basketball, which has a lot of open movement, change of direction, a lot of expression in basketball, self-expression. And he has a different body. He has a different look, and he you can see something is more rhythmic, something is more dancey in the way he throws this 16-pound ball. And one of my mentors and good friends, ex-Olympian, I'll shout out Pete Schmock, an amazing person, most importantly, a mentor for me, a philosophical guide. He and I danced together for many years. And he always told me, said, man, if I had been dancing while I was competing in the Olympics, I would have done even better. If I had been dancing as part of my training, I would have thrown the shot. I would have putted the shot. I would have put the shot further. Because dance is access to rhythm. It's access to flow and to breath. And it's access to partnership with the moment, partnership with the space, how you dance, like a pas de deux with the 16-pound ball attached to your shoulder and neck. So anyway, I think dance belongs as training for every sport. Every athlete will be better off if they dance. And so breaking, I think is going to be a beautiful explosion of this amazing intersection of athleticism and artistry. And just life, just celebrating life. I think at the end of the day, if the Olympics is about bringing people together, if it's about celebration of human achievement, then what better thing to do than achieve authentic expression? What better thing to do than bring the art of music and sound together with the body and the imagination and share it with the world? So I'm grateful that I came back to dance, that it was there for me, as an outlet for something I needed, and when I needed it. I miss playing sports, and it was also the right decision for me to evolve for me beyond that prescriptive way of moving and that sort of competitive way of approaching physicality into just stepping into the unknown and dancing. So I hope this also, if any parents with kids who play sports are watching this, get them into a dance class. Just put some music on, have them dance as part of their training. Even put some music on while you do a drill. It's simple, but it will change something. Maybe that's a whole other video. But anyway, bring rhythm into the training. Bring celebration and joy into the training. I think it's funny. This is the last thing I'll say. I think it's funny in sports that after someone achieves the pinnacle of that sport, there's nothing left to do. The only thing you could do more is dance. Like in football, American football, you score a touchdown and you do a touchdown dance. Like it's just affirmation that, well, we can't do anything more physically. The only way we could go up is to dance. In baseball, sometimes when they celebrate a hit, they get to first base or second base, they do a little dance. I know the LA Dodgers have a little like theme in their team where they dance when they get a hit. There's other versions of that. Usain Bolt, the runner, other track athletes, they win something. What do? They dance. Steph Curry does a little shimmy after he makes a 3. So I affirmation that dance is for all of us, inside of all of us, available to all of us at any time, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything to dance. So check out the Olympics, check out the breaking, starting tomorrow, Monday. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, if you, any kids around, pull a kid in, have them watch it. Could be really a seminal moment for them. Or shoot, a grandparent. Doesn't matter. I hope this was interesting, helpful. I hope it was okay. Like I tried to go back and forth. Maybe. Sorry, IG people. I wasn't there all the time. The YouTube screen is bigger, but I'm trying stuff out here. I hope the audio is good. Share stuff in the comments, please. Hit me up. Send me any info, perspectives. It's a conversation. I know right now it feels like a monologue, but it's a conversation. Subscribe, follow, share, dance, play music, go play catch, play sports, go outside, sleep, eat, take a nap, all these things. I'll share more soon. For now, be well.